Hey guys!
After all, computers crash, people die, relationships fall apart. The best we can do is breathe and reboot.
Hey guys, welcome back into my channel. It's your girl Danielle here, and I'm back with another video. Hold on, I don't like this lighting. This looks a little better. Okay, we're doing something a bit different this time that I usually have, actually I've never done on my channel. We're reading Reddit confessions, but more like Am I the A-hole confessions. Because I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos like with this theme, and they're so funny to me and I really like them, and I'm bored and it's late at night and I probably should be finishing schoolwork, but I want to read Reddit confessions. So let's hurry up and get started, shall we? Let's go. Also, I'm gonna be ranking, obviously, like, am I the a-hole? Am I not the a-hole? We'll be deciding between those. This one is, am I the a-hole for not wanting my husband to go to his ex's funeral? Juicy, let's get into it, shall we? It starts with, I'll admit, I'm biased right off the bat. I couldn't stand her. Dang, this sounds like a Bad Lovers movie. I call her his ex to myself and others. He called her his friend. I already see tension happening. We're all in our early 40s. She died recently. Aneurysm. Tragic. I've been with him 10 years now, but he known her for 20 plus years. Girl, it seems like you got some competition. Not gonna lie, I'd be kind of jealous if my man knew someone for 20 plus years and, you know, they're a little bit too close. But, you know, it's whatever. But, like, it really depends, because, like, some people's relationship with their best friends is, like, you know, healthy ones, like, where they're, like, a sister, but it's not, like, weird. Like, usually it really depends on how the man makes it. Especially if, like, you know, a man is best friends with a girl. It always depends on them and how they want to make their relationship is. Because sometimes men are like, well, if you don't like her, then I don't think we can be together. But it's like, what? Then why aren't you with her? You know? Like, I'm confused. Do you want to marry her since I'm supposed to be your wife or your girlfriend? Like, I don't know. It really depends on the relationship is, because some people are weird about it. Anyway, continuing on. The way he tells it, they were friends in college, decided to date, got married, then realized they weren't a great couple and decided to just be friends. All that happened years before I met him. He was clear early on that she was important. Girl, and you still wanted to date him? No offense to anyone, but like, once a man makes it clear that he married his ex and they're best friends and they're still on good terms and they're still, she's still important to him, I would not put myself in that position to be like, okay, as long as you have another important girl in your life and you married her and you did it with her and you dated and you're still friends, and she might as well just be the love of your life. Like, what? Okay. A couple months into dating, it came up that his friend was actually his ex-wife. That would have got me. He explained the above to me, saying she was one of his closest friends and that it was purely platonic. Like, that's supposed to make me feel better. I expressed some discomfort at him being so close to an ex, and he told me, that's fine. If you have a serious issue with it, let me know now and save us some time. I'll choose her. I like you and all, but I've known her for over 12 years, and she's one of the most important people in my life. You'll have to be okay with that if you want us to be a thing. Girl, why didn't you run the minute he said that? I would have ran immediately.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
I don't know, like, it's just, does that sound right to y'all? Like, I expressed, like, I'm telling you that I think it's a little weird. You're so close to an ex and you'll let go of me when you like me because you'll choose her. Like, why are y'all an ex if you're gonna choose her? I'm confused, but there's more. Let's continue. When we were engaged, I asked again. Engaged? You have to ask again. He gave me this perplexed look and asked, why would us getting married affect my friendships? Your man literally is in love with his best friend. I hate to tell you that. Anyway, she says, I sucked it up and went along. I resented every moment of knowing her, especially when he had to be social. She understood some part of him I couldn't. Girl, this sounds like a crazy show or something I gotta watch. Her husband was friends with mine as well, so it's not like I could use him as an angle. He'd have lunch with his ex. They go to their geeky movies and whatever. The few times I brought it up, he said, we had this conversation before. You had your chance to back out. The attitude. Sassy man apocalypse. You see what I don't understand? If she's like, I get she's important. That's what I mean by men making it weird. Like, you're still going to geeky movies and stuff, and I'm your wife, and you're having lunch. Like, I could see every now and then, like, a recurring thing. Like, I don't know, something about that is just like, really? Like, and I've expressed discomfort in it, and I'm supposed to be your wife. Like, you should at least make it somewhat cordial or set boundaries. Like, I'm married now. Like, we shouldn't be doing this. It's just not appropriate. But she's important to you. Why didn't you choose her? Just reading this is stressing me out. He was, what's it called? Sorry. She died after they had lunch the other day on the way to her car. It's like Regina George. He spent a bunch of time crying, but honestly, I was relieved. He was working with her husband on a funeral planning. I told him, you don't think you're going, do you? My argument summed up, she's dead, so she's not a factor anymore. He doesn't get to use his she's my friend excuse since she doesn't exist anymore. He had his cry for a couple days. He gets to be done with mourning her already. There's no need for him to go to her funeral since I wouldn't want her at his. He was the angriest I've ever seen him when I told him that, replying that he'll be going no matter how I feel and that he was willing to burn this to the effing ground while holding up his wedding band. Besides, she was the closest friend in my life. Girl, did they trauma bond or something? Like, jeez. Honestly, like, I don't know. I don't know how I'm feeling right now. Let's just get to the end, then I'll decide. Him, her husband, and my sisters are calling me an insensitive a-hole over this, all saying that there was no romantic aspect to the relationship and that I'm heartless. Her husband went so far as calling me a ghoul for how I've reacted. I've never felt their relationship was appropriate, and I hid that for years because I wanted to be with my husband. Now that she's gone, I don't feel I should have to hide anymore and can speak freely. Am I the a-hole for just wanting to be done with her and for him to not attend the funeral? Honestly, girl, I don't blame you for not wanting your husband to attend the funeral. I don't think you're the a-hole. I don't think you're the a-hole. Like, when you read it, it's just like... he presents her as someone, like, super important. Like, he presented her like the girl was his dang wife. If it's fine if you don't like her, but I'll choose her, like... Then why aren't you married? What? You're going to geeky movies? I thought that was supposed to be a wife. Like, it's just a matter of being appropriate. How are we married and you're still doing, like, cute little dates with your ex-wife, who's also your friend? Like, I'm confused. I'd be a little pissed if I'd be like, you're still going? Like, are you in love with this girl? You might as well be Romeo and Juliet and die with her. Yeah, I don't think the girl's the asshole in this one. Next one. Okay, this one says, I went through my boyfriend's phone and found something he shouldn't have. Am I the a-hole? Ooh. My boyfriend, 35, male, saved nudes from a girl on IG. I don't even think I have to read anymore. I think he's just the a-hole. Like, what? Anyway, let's try to continue. Not just one or two, but 6 or 7. 6 or 7. 6, 7. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. This is important. And I, 27 female, found them. Your boyfriend is 35 years old and you're 27. He tried to say they were old. He still had old ones from before me that I haven't gotten upset about in the past. And from before me. We've been together 2 years. I told him no, the pictures have the dates and times, and one picture actually was the date for 2/2/24, so February the 2nd, 2024. He saved all these on the 11th, so no, it's not old, but now he's mad at me and doesn't want me to want to talk to me and possibly split because I went through his phone and found them, so now he can't trust me. I thought relationships were all built on trust, that she can go through your phone. If you had nothing to be ashamed of and hide, why are you so upset that she found old nudes in your phone? And why do you have them if you're with the girl you want to be? I'm confused. But not just 1 or 2, 6 or 7. Thing which now I'm wrong for, even though going through it, but we've had problems in the past, and he was acting super weird anytime I was around his phone, making sure he grabbed it to go anywhere, leaving it face up. Am I the a-hole? Once again, girl, you are not the a-hole. But it's also like, you can't really be mad at him because you knew he had some and you didn't get upset at that moment. But it's like, I could see you being upset because they piled up, but it's also like, they were old and before you, so it's like, but then again, it's also like, why are they still on his phone? And you're together, and why didn't you say something then when you saw it, when you were together and he had old ones? It's like, why aren't they deleted? Why do you still need them on your phone? Like, boyfriend of 35 has nudes of different girls from IG, and not 1 but or 2 more than that. That's what's frying me. And now he's upset at you, and it's like, what, you don't have your little me time anymore? I'm like, I'm confused, brother. Like, I thought I was your one and only, but I guess not. I'd be really pissed, especially if it's IG people. Like, what? All right, let's move on to another one. We're gonna do one more. Okay, this one sounds really interesting, but it's also like super long. Okay, let's read this one. This one's like, it's really long, but it sounds really interesting, so let's hurry up and get into it. Am I the a-hole for leaving my husband at the hospital after he refused to be in the delivery room with me? Girl. I don't know. Let's get into it. This happened 2 months ago, but it's still causing major friction in my family, so I need some outside opinions. I, 29 female, and my husband Jake, 32 male, have been together for 6 years, married for 3. We were both ecstatic when we found out we were expecting our first child. Pregnancy was tough for me, though I had severe morning sickness, diabetes, and was generally miserable. But Jake was supportive and sweet the whole way through, which made it bearable. Aw, cute. As we got closer to my due date, we discussed birth plans. I was adamant that I wanted Jake in the delivery room. I needed his support, and he always agreed. However, a few weeks before my due date, Jake started acting strange. He was distant, distracted, and wouldn't engage in any baby-related discussions. I thought he was just anxious about becoming a dad, so I didn't press him too much. The day I went into labor, Jake drove me to the hospital, but seemed off. He was quiet and kept checking his phone. What you doing, buddy? When we got there, he pulled the nurse aside and spoke to her privately. She came back and told me Jake wouldn't be in the delivery room because he was comfortable with blood and medical procedures. I was stunned. He never mentioned this before. I begged him to stay, told him I needed him, but he just kept saying I can't do this. Not gonna lie, I'd be kind of mad at my husband if he wasn't in the delivery room with me, because it's like, you put me in this mess and you don't want to be here? I was heartbroken and furious, but I didn't have much time to dwell on it as my contractions were getting stronger. Jake said he'd be in the waiting room and kiss me on the forehead before leaving. Not the forehead kiss. Yeah, that man is not for you, girl. I was left alone crying and feeling utterly abandoned. Labor was long, painful, and traumatic. I was alone the entire time except for the medical staff. When our son was finally born, I was exhausted emotionally and physically. The nurse handed me my son, and all I felt was a deep sadness that Jake wasn't there to share this moment. After I was taken to a recovery room, I asked the nurse to get Jake. She came back and said he left the hospital hours ago. Okay, I could see if he was like waiting outside the room, it's like, dang, you couldn't be there, but left the hospital? Are you dead serious? That is your wife that just had your son and you left? Girl, why didn't you drop him then and there? I would have told him like in a text like, hey, we're getting divorced immediately. She said, I called him repeatedly, but he didn't answer. Finally, I sent him a text saying I was done and he could find his own way home. I didn't see him until the next day. He showed up at the hospital with flowers and an apology, saying he panicked and needed some air. He claimed he'd gone home to shower and change and fell asleep, which I didn't buy for a second. Yeah, Jake is lying. Cause what? What do you mean you needed air? You can step outside and come right back in. But there's air all around us. What are you talking about? You need some air. I told him I didn't believe him. I was overwhelmed with anger and hurt, and I told him he had let me down in the worst possible way. He kept apologizing, saying he knew he messed up and he'd do anything to make it right. I didn't want him near me or our son at the moment, so I asked him to leave. He tried to protest, but I told him I needed time to process everything. He left, and I spent the rest of my hospital stay alone with my baby, trying to grapple with the enormity of what had happened. Since then, Jake has been trying to make amends. He's been taking parenting classes, attending therapy, and is constantly trying to be present and supportive. I mean, at least he's trying, but it's like, dang, you a man, and he couldn't take the fact that I was birthing the kid that we both took part in making, that you put inside me. But I can't shake the feeling of betrayal. He abandoned me at one of the most vulnerable moments of my life. Every time I look at him, I remember being alone in that delivery room, terrified and in pain, wondering why the person who promised to be by my side wasn't there. My family is split. Some think I'm being too hard on Jake, that he made a mistake and is clearly remorseful. They say he's a good father and parent and partner otherwise, and I should focus on moving forward for the sake of our child. Others think what he did was unforgivable and I should leave him. They believe I'll never truly trust him again, and that's no foundation for a marriage. I'm torn. I do still love him, and I know he loves me and our son, but part of me wonders if I'll ever get over this. Was it just a moment of weakness on his part, or a sign of something deeper that I can't overlook? So am I the a-hole for leaving him at the hospital and now considering leaving him for good? Honestly, girl, I don't know. Is she the a-hole, guys? I feel like she's not. Because it's like your husband literally leaves, tells you he needed air, went to get a shower while you just had your newborn son and fell asleep, didn't answer any of your texts, and it's like, I know you have a phone. Didn't answer any of your calls, and it's like, I know you have a phone. Then you text him and he finally answers, comes back the next day and it's like, I'm so sorry, I couldn't handle it, I'm squeamish over our child and blah blah blah. And it's just like, and girl, this happened 2 months ago and he's supposedly changed in 2 months. Yeah, no, you should have dropped him right then and there. Talking about he's taking parenting classes. Like, what does parenting classes have to do with anything? The fact that you left me in the hospital while I just pushed out our son. Girl, I would have been pissed. Like, pissed. So you know what? You're not the a-hole, girl. I don't think you're the a-hole. Support woman in every way. She's not the a-hole and shouldn't be. I'm still appalled by the fact that he left her in the hospital. Like, what, who leaves their wife who's pushing out a child out of their... Yeah, that's crazy. Anywho, that was the last Am I the A-hole confession I'm going to read, because that whole thing just stressed me out. Especially this last one that I just read. I hope you guys liked this video, and let me know if you want me to do more of the Am I the A-hole confessions, because this is kind of fun. Also, comment down below. If your wife was, if your wife was having a baby, would you leave her because you feel squeamish over blood in the hospital? And if you are the wife, would you leave your husband immediately after he did that, or give him another chance? Let me know down in the comments. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.